Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto Channel. We're live. It is Easter Sunday, guys. What is going on? How are you? It is a good day. The Lord has blessed us with this Easter Sunday, whether you believe or not. I do believe, and the Lord loves you. And I love you too, and you guys know that. So if you believe nothing else, you got to believe that old Anthony Lee loves you guys. So I'm glad you're here. Probably not a lot going on with streamers today or YouTubers today on Easter Sunday, but I thought we'd go live. Bitcoin getting a little pumperoni today, so why not come take a look at the charts and see what they say. You see the let me toggle this on. You see the title of the thumbnail is The Bull Moon is Here. It's actually been here for a couple days, but I've been away or not active on YouTube, so it actually happened a couple days ago. And since then, we have gotten a move up. Actually, we're down. It looks like we're up, but we're actually down. See, we got it right here. You can see the gray moon here. That's the full moon, the bull moon. We got it right here, which means we opened the day right there. It looks like we're up because we're trending up here, right? Oops. We're trending up, but we're actually down from where we opened the day. So far, this moon has been a bust. Not good. We'll see if we can get things turned around headed into the week. But as of now, even though it looks like we're trending up because of the moon, we're actually down because at the time we got the moon, we got that huge dump. This was Thursday. We nailed this dump, by the way. We called this dump and nailed it. I closed that short. Hang on one second. I closed that short. I'll show you guys the P&Ls. I closed that short yesterday. It was this one right here, this short right here. I closed it, and then we hit a long. I don't know where my long box is. I thought maybe I didn't put a long box on here. I just told you guys in the VIP crew that we're looking for the long, and then we gave the short this morning, which would have been very difficult to catch. Very difficult to catch, but you could have caught it. I did give this box in advance. I'll show it to you. It is right there. I gave a few boxes, but this is the box, and we came right into it in about 2.5 seconds, so it would have been very difficult to catch. We're going to talk about that in a second. Let's see who's here. West Coast, I'm glad you made it, bro. West Coast says he has things to do this afternoon, so I said, well, shoot, we better go live this morning so we can get my boy Joe in the house. What's up, bro? Mighty Max, what's up? Moyne Marcus, what's up, dude? Thanos, happy Easter, brother. Happy Easter. I'm glad you're here, man. West Coast says audio sounds great. Did I tweak something? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Nope, negative. And I'm here, by the way. I got the camera off, but I am here. What's up, y'all? Got the FAFO shirt on. Just got back from the gym. Did a little upper chest workout today. But I don't have my streaming lights on, so it's kind of shadowy. So I'm still kind of finagling those. It's weird because I have this huge window in here. I bet this window is 10, 12 feet tall. I showed you guys the other day, and it goes right into the woods and the property so I can watch the deer and stuff like that. But it kind of makes the lighting here difficult. So, and the fireplace right behind me where the flag is has a mirror there. So if I shine the studio lights this way, it really kind of bright like a mirror. It reflects that bright light. It's difficult. I've been too dang busy really to fool with it. So I'll try to get that figured out in the next couple days. Salt Chain, happy Easter. Eons, good morning. Good morning. Did anybody catch this trade this morning? Look at that wick, guys. Look at that wick. Don't fret if you didn't catch it. There is something, and we've talked about this before, called a wick fill strategy, where you should come back and at least fill half of this wick. So, and we'll throw fibs on there, and we'll kind of take a look and see what we think. But we should come back, and you would get a second chance at entry here. But I don't think there was any news. There doesn't need to be news in a situation like this to get a pump like that so fast. I would doubt that there was news, but there may have been. If anybody saw any news, let me know. But I didn't go look, but you didn't need news for this type of setup. That's why I had 3 different trades on this morning, because I knew this could go really, really fast. If you broke each one of those levels, it was going to be really fast. That's why I didn't just have one big drawdown box. See, I didn't have, and I'll show you in a second. I didn't have one big drawdown box. I had 3, because I knew if you broke this level, you were quickly going to shoot up here. And if you broke this, you were very quickly. Do you see the difference, guys? Look, I didn't have much distance in between this box and this box, but I knew if you broke this box, you would immediately shoot way up here. Like there was no other level in between that we were going to turn around at. I knew that, guys. The reason I knew that, we've talked about this before. I didn't mention it, I don't think, this morning when I posted that. I just gave you the boxes, but you had these relatively equal highs. The first couple of, let me drop down. I caught this trade, but I caught it. I got a very terrible entry, so I got us out with a copy trade with a minimal entry. So I caught it when we came above these, and we kind of came up here. We came up here really quick. Let me drop down and show you. I don't remember exactly where I caught it. But we came here, and we acted like we weren't fixing to go into these relatively equal highs. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I entered because I knew we had swooped the liquidity from here really fast because we wicked to there, and then we pulled back. So I entered there. We came down, and then we ripped up because we got into this liquidity. So I got us out with a minimal profit because I just wasn't playing with this anymore. And I do expect to come back and fill at least half this wick, so I know I can get us a better entry somewhere around here. If not, fill the whole dang thing. But we'll see about that. But I know I can get us a better entry. My entry was, I don't know what it was, somewhere like there. But I know I can get a better entry. And just in case we head back up and don't come back, I wanted to get out of this thing. Just because my entry sucked. I'll be honest, my entry sucked. But anyway, so you get these fast moves. So even to the first wick, this first wick right here, right? Even to this first wick where you kind of came back down a couple $100 before ripping up, you got the wick, the fast move from here to here because you grab. So when you have these highs, you have these little highs, right? Like little highs here, right? There's liquidity. People put their stops and their liquidation points are above this. And you had a high here, so you have a stop and liquidity. Well, when you get a series of highs, so you have one round of folks who short this and all their stops are right here. They come down. Then you have the guys that missed this. They waited on the retrace like we do, like we talk about, 786, 618, whatever it is, retrace. Then they put their stops here, right? And then you had a third round here. I know it's kind of hard to see. You had a third round here. So you had 3 different rounds of people putting their stops there, right? So when we got above this stuff here, you were able to quickly shoot and grab this. And what you do whenever you stop out these shorts, see, these are shorts, right? When you stop them out, it triggers a long order, right? It triggers a buy order. So that shoots price up really, really quick, okay? And that's why I knew if we got above this and we got into these, look at these guys, liquidity here, liquidity here, liquidity here, 4 spikes of liquidity. Now, when you got above those, each one of these would trigger a group of longs, 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 longs. So I knew that would quickly rocket price up, and it did. So that's all. It didn't take news in this situation because you had 3 different groups, 1, 2, 3 of relatively equal highs. And if you took one out, you were taking the other. And if you took that one out, you were taking this one out. All of those are buys, 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 buy orders triggered. So that's all that was, a big liquidity grab. You just don't often see groups of relatively equal highs like that. Very rarely, actually, would you see 3 big groups of highs like that. You know, usually you would have, you might have this group of highs, and then you get this group of highs, and then this one comes and takes this one, right? Maybe retraces 786 from this group and then moves down. So you would only have this group if you came all the way back there. And then, this group here would come back and take this one and then move down. But you didn't have that. None of this got taken. So you had 3 independent groups of multiple relatively equal highs. So This was like a powder keg waiting to happen to the upside, which is why we had 3 different levels. Now, you could have come to any, that's not it. This is it. You could have come to any one of these and just grabbed that liquidity and turned around, or grabbed this middle liquidity and turned around. So that's why you had 3 different ones, but because you didn't have to come for it all at once. They just did. And that's easy to do on a weekend, especially a holiday weekend when volume is very, very thin. Let's see. Oops. Let's see. Moy Marcus says, I didn't catch it. By the time I had my app up, it was gone. Salt Chain missed it. West Coast missed it. Johnny number 5 nailed the short you gave this morning, still in it. Had a limit order, said, oops, bro, up over $500 already. What if you'd set a limit order at the wrong one, man? But I get it. If you're going to set a limit order, this was by far the one with the highest confluence in it. Number 1, you took out all the highs by coming here. You had the value area high and the golden pocket and the point of control right here. So that was definitely the high confluence area. Good job, bro. Up over $500. That's a big move. You probably had it set at 67.8, right at that golden pocket. That's where, if I would have had a limit order, that's where I would have had it set. 678 to 67.3. If you're up $500, I could probably tell you exactly what your margin is. You're at 0.7%. Shit, I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. Let's see if we can figure out what Johnny's trading with. No, he's gonna be higher than that. Johnny usually does 20x leverage. I bet you're on like 2,500. Times dot 7%. Well, I'm messing this up. So you're on 3,000. If I'm 20x leverage, if I had to guess. Oops. Sorry, guys. I know this is annoying. You're on 3,000 or 3,500, depending on when you said you're at 500. You're on 3,000 20x leverage, if I had to guess. 3,500 20x leverage, if I had to guess. All right. Was going to say set a limit order, but was going to say set a limit order would have been the play. Nice one. Yeah, Johnny number 5, 3,000 20x leverage. Impressive. Yeah. I know you, bro. I've traded with you long enough. I know what you're doing. Because that's what I would have done. 3,000 or 5,000 at 20x leverage. If I was going to limit order there, I probably would have done 3,000 at 20x. If I was going to market order in, I might would have done 5. Good job, dude. So we'll set an alert. Let's fib this real quick, guys, and then we'll get into some TA. Let's fib this, and we'll set alert just on the wick. Let's go to like the hourly. And we're going to set a fib on the wick for 50%. I'm going to hide this box. It's distracting me. I'll keep it, though. So you guys can do this. Wick fills usually go 50% to 100%. Very rarely. I mean, you can do like 75% of the wick, but usually it's going to fill 50% or all of it. So we would look for something like right in here-ish. And let's fib the high to the retrace. Let's drop time frames. The high to the retrace low, see if we have any confluence in there. in case we come up there. So both 0.5s are pretty close right there. Gosh. Actually, the wick on the 6 minute, let's go to 15 minute. The wick on the 15 minutes is way up here. I like that better, because then if we fib that, I like that better, because that gives us total move right there around the 786. Let's look for a trade around there if we come up there, guys. Something like this. Well, why am I not seeing a 0.5? I'm messing something up here. Oh, it's right there. Sorry, guys. I did not have this planned out. 0.5. 786. That's really not a big range. Let's look for something like that. I'm gonna leave that on. I don't want the 0.5 here though, so we're gonna take that off. Okay, I'm gonna look for something like this. I might would even extend this down. And just one more time, so I'm sure because I want to try to get this, guys. Sorry. I do want the 0.5 here. Matter of fact, let me just turn this will help me. Let me just turn the 0.5 on here. And then we'll turn the other fib back on. Yeah, that's what I want. So I'm willing to go up to here, but I really want this. And let's shade this. Oops, wrong one. All right, so that's what I really want, guys. I want something like this. I would look for a short back down right there. We actually ran golden pocket too, so we could come all the way back, or excuse me, point of control. So we could come all the way back, but it's pretty strong rejection. I would look for retrace down. Let me show you something, guys, though. Does everyone understand why we had this big pump this morning? Carrie Benz, happy Easter, brother. Do y'all understand with these wicks and liquidity and it triggering long orders, right? You understand that? Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. But, guys, let me show you recipe for massive move to the downside. We have the exact same thing to the downside, guys. First of all, we got it here. I don't even have it marked. It's very small, but it counts. This is what would trigger. That would trigger. You get into these lows. That's going to trigger some short orders, some sell orders, right? Because you're going to stop out or liquidate some folks with their stops right here. Boom. You're gonna trigger some sell orders. It's going to trigger you into there, which is going to trigger another round of sell orders, which is going to send you into there, which is going to trigger another round of sell orders. And then look, guys, trigger. I mean, you could easily shoot down here to the key level, and I mean fast, like this fast, just like you just did to the upside. I mean, this just shot from 66.9 to 67.9, $1,000 move, guys, in 15 minutes. You could easily do that to the downside, guys. You need to be careful. if you get down into this, guys, it's going to be so hard. And I like to short from up here. But, guys, you could make fast, easy money if you could somehow catch this break. Like if you caught that break, because it's probably going to go boom, 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 just like that. And I mean in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, it could take all of this out, all of it. All of this. It's very hard to catch, and it's, I don't know. I'm not a breakout trader. So what I would do, if you get into this and you start to see, don't FOMO in, okay? Don't FOMO in. If it were me, you could try it, do what you want, but I would wait. I'd be sitting down here. You may not come for all of this. You probably will. If you take this and don't just rip back up, you're fixing to come get all this. I would wait. I'll wait right here. And as soon as we came below this, I would long it all the way back up to point of control. Wait for the reaction, of course, divergences, but you could get a really good long opportunity there. We'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. But anyway, be careful if you're trying to long this or long this or long this. Be careful. You could get another one of these easily. Same concept. Sell orders, sell orders, sell orders, sell orders, sell orders. You don't see this very often on both sides. Look at the P&Ls, guys. So we took the trade on stream Thursday. This was on the VIP Discord stream. We took the trade. I just closed it yesterday, made $1,100. Pretty good trade. We freaking nailed the bottom too, guys. We took this on the live stream. Oops. We took it right Thursday, right here. This was our entry. A lot of you guys took this trade. There was my entry right there. A lot of you guys took that. Several, 6 or 7 of you put one in the chat on Thursday. You had taken this trade. We were targeting point of control. We never quite made it. Still haven't made it there. But that's okay. If you were targeting point of control, you could have got out there. I got out here yesterday when I took this short trade. I closed my trade for $1,100, and then I closed that short trade that I took yesterday that I gave this trade right here, this box right here that I gave you. I closed that out for another $800. So we're up right at $2,000 on the day. It's a good day. Speaking of up in profit, guys, copy traders. So I know we've had just kind of small gains over the weekend, probably closer to even than anything. I really haven't been trading much. I've had so much to do, and I'm sorry, but we are. In the last week, we have taken 50 trades and lost 4, so we're at a 92% win rate. Well, check this out, guys. What's good, I know we're small wins. I know. But we're at a 3.8 to 1 profit to loss ratio, which means basically a 4 to 1. When we lose, we're losing 25% of our wins. So our wins are 75% greater than our losses. So that's great. You don't see that very much with folks. That means that we're taking very small, negligible losses when we do take them. I lost like 3 cents on a trade yesterday. So we're taking very small, negligible losses. I want to show you a reason we took a loss last night or this morning. So in the last 30 days, really since I started copy trading, we've done 95 trades. We've won 87 of them. So we're at a 91.5 win rate. So we're losing about 1 out of 10 trades. We're at 90+%. So good job, guys. I've been so busy. Y'all know we moved to the homestead a week or so ago. And I've just been so busy, guys. If you're following the channel, the shorts, you see I've been posting things we've been doing around the house, outside. I've been deep in the woods with you name it. But I plan to spend a significant amount of time in front of the charts this week. And I'm going to be doing a lot of copy trading, guys. So I'm going to try to catch some of these bigger trades on copy, like the ones that I gave this morning. I'm going to try to catch those on copy. It's just hard to do. Let me tell you guys, When price came back yesterday to, I don't even think I had the box. I don't even know where it was. Right here, this box right here, this trade. I tried to take it on copy, and I told you guys in Discord, I took it on copy. I was so far out in the woods on our property that when I entered the trade like here, by the time it gave me my entry, it just sat there lagging, not doing anything. It entered me here, so, something like that. And so I instantly, like immediately just click close, and we just ate the fee. That's just it. Because I wasn't going to risk it coming back up, and I try to close, and next thing you know, I'm closing up here for a 30% loss. I just wasn't going to do it. So I realized immediately that wasn't going to work. So I didn't do it. However, we came back up, and we got, I think it was the 786 retrace. When we came back up, I caught it here on my KCEX account. I just showed you the P&L, and I took it. I was still out in the woods, but I did take it, and that's the one I closed this morning right here. But I wasn't going to take this on copy. I'm just not going to risk your money when I'm, half a mile out in the woods and anything can happen and I can't get out of the trade because it lagged up on me. But I was cool if I lost my money. I'm okay. I'm up so much, and I'm not bragging. I'm just up enough. It's okay. That if I couldn't get that order in or couldn't get out of it, I was okay with that risk. I'm not okay risking your money that way. So I didn't take this on copy when it came back around for that reason. But my point is, next week I plan to spend a substantial amount of time copy trading, and I'm going to look for some of the bigger trades. If we get any of these type of trades, I'm going to take them on copy. I'm still going to hit the quick scalps. But when we take these big areas, just get ready. My point is, get ready to, Lord willing, make some big profit next week on copy. Copy trading, guys. Let's see. Oh, let me show you. We took a loss last night. It was very small. I bet nobody lost more than about $10. But it could have been a winner. And let me show you. We discussed this last week, and everybody has done this. Everybody's done this. Let me find it. I want to show you why. And I'm just putting my money where my mouth is on this, okay, guys? Yeah, you're welcome, Thanos. Thanos, my man, you should be up a pretty good amount. Everyone's up, but you know what I mean. You should be up really good. Proud of you, bro. I'm going to pull a copy over and show you why I took this loss last night, which could have been a win, could have been a small win. But this is what you do, guys. Listen to me. I'm a professional trader. I'm not saying I'm the greatest trader in the world. I'm not. But I'm a professional trader. And let me show you what you do, what I do, what I've learned to do. And I didn't do it last night until I finally did, but this is where I entered, okay? We had this clear line of support resistance, right? I entered to this blue line. You can see right here it is, support and resistance. And I was thinking we were coming back down and we were going to rip. And if we lost it again, we were going to turn it to resistance and then head down for another leg down. So I took the short right here. You can see that. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a red arrow right there. That's where I got my entry, okay? Well, this thing went against, oh, shoot. I don't know how to undo that. There we go. This thing went against this, okay? Like an uncomfortable amount. I mean, it was like 1%, but still. It came back, and I was like, oh, gosh, it's going against me, guys. And I'm telling you, you've all done this. When it goes against you and comes back and just up and down, and it just looks like it's creeping up. And when you start to pray to the Lord, and I know you do, even you non-believers, I know you pray to the Lord when price starts going against you and you get up here, you start saying, please, Lord, please. I don't care what you say. You start praying to the Lord, just get me back to break even and I'll take it. Get me to break even and I'll take it. And it comes back to break even and you don't take it. You're like, oh, God, we're going down. I'm not going to take it now. And then it goes back against you and you're like, oh, please, Lord, I was just kidding. Get me back to break even. I'm not doing that roller coaster, guys. I'm a professional trader. And when you get the discipline to become a professional trader, you don't do that. You learn, first of all, when you ask the Lord for something and you get it, you take it and say thank you, which is exactly what I did. Got back to break even, and I just took it. I think we ate the fees. I literally took a break even, and it cost us the fees, and that's it. And we came down, and we could have made a little bit of profit, But I just wasn't risking it because this is not the reaction that I wanted. I wanted you could see here, we came to the line, the support and resistance line, we wicked off of it, so we flipped it to support. I was expecting a breakthrough, maybe a retest of it, and then head down. We didn't get that. So that's not what I wanted. So since we had flipped it as support, I was looking for then to come back test it, and move up, which is exactly what happened, okay? As you can see, exactly what happened. I mean, look, exactly what happened. Don't play with this, guys. Don't play with this. I'm telling you. Can you imagine if I hadn't taken that? I was like, oh God, hey, we're gonna make some money now. We're headed down. Can you imagine how mad everybody would be now that we're up here? Don't do that, guys. In this particular case, yeah, we could have come down and made just a few dollars. Is it really worth it? No. Your plan didn't work out. If you're lucky enough to get break even, take it, eat the fees, whatever it takes, regroup, and make it back on the next trade. Don't play with this because your plan is invalidated. My entry was great. Fan-freaking-tastic, right? Just the wrong way. But my entry was correct. It was a support resistance. My plan was just invalidated, but my entry was good. I want to enter on this support and resistance line, okay? But I was wanting to break through it, and it looked like we were going to get it, but we didn't get it. So that is a great entry. That's what you want to enter on, a support and resistance, okay? You just want to make sure you're on the winning side of it, and we were on the losing side of it. And this bounce told me we're on the losing side of this trade, so if I'm lucky enough to get a break even, you better take it. Because why? Because that. So I'm just teaching you guys. You get a trade that goes against you, and you're able to look at it and say, okay, my plan is invalidated. Take your dang break even. Eat your fees. Take you a small loss if you can because your trade is invalidated. So that's why I took this loss. I know some guys got up this morning, and if you went and back and looked at the timestamps, you could see where I entered and probably were wondering, why did you take the break even, which it was a fee loss, but break even when we could have made a little profit. Well, now you see why. This is what a professional trader would do. Once you've shown me here that we are not fixing to flip this into resistance, you're rolling the dice that you get this little bitty bit down here to make a little bit of profit, and it's not worth it because what if you didn't? What if you bounced again and wound up way up there? I know I'm harping on it, but I know you've all done it multiple times. I've done it 1,000 times, but let me tell you guys, I don't do it anymore, and I'm a better trader because of it. And the very next trade, we made like all of that back, so it was like, okay, it's a nothing. All right, that's it. I'm done harping on that. Went to the gym today, guys. Posted my little, my favorite little upper chest routine. I'll show you guys real quick. You guys, it's called a shelf. For those of you weightlifters who don't know, that way upper part of the chest that goes into the shoulders is called a shelf, if you can develop the shelf. I'll show you one of my favorite short routines. My favorite little upper chest routine. I'll show you guys real quick. You guys, it's called a shelf. For those of you weightlifters who don't know, that way upper part of the chest that goes into the shoulders is called a shelf, if you can develop the shelf. I'll show you one of my favorite short routines. My favorite little upper chest routine. I'll show you guys real quick. You guys, it's called a shelf. For those of you weightlifters who don't know, that way upper part of the chest that goes into the shoulders is called a shelf, if you can develop the shelf. I'll show you one of my favorite short routines. My favorite little upper chest routine. I'll show you guys real quick. That's it, guys. That's it. That's the upper chest routine. So I do those. The first two moves I do is a combo, a superset. The leg press as a chest press. Don't knock it till you tried it. Go deep in your range and a half motion up. That keeps the pressure on the upper chest. Go right into the incline chest fly. Combo those two and then rest about 30, 45 seconds. Do that 4 times. And then on the pec deck machine where I was seated, I was leaned way forward. It's hard to see, but I was leaned way forward. That puts it on the upper part of the chest. And then I comboed that with some rainbow shoulder flies. So you get the shoulders until you come up to parallel to the ground. But when you go up overhead, that engages the upper part of the chest. So I worked those set 3 and 4, exercise 3 and 4 as a superset. Same thing. Did them back to back without rest, and then rested about 45 seconds and did that 4 times through. Salt chain, got to get in the gym. Get in the gym. Get in the gym. Drives Jane crazy. I run around here with my cowboy hat on and my overalls and no shirt. Somebody commented on one of these. He said, what did he say? This one, where I was hitting the driveway. Look at there. Look, there's Jane's car. Those of you folks. There's little Jane's little car. She likes it. I tried to buy her like a soccer mom car. She don't want it. She's like, I like my sporty little car. I'm like, okay. Somebody commented on this video here and told me when I leave the house to say something so he can tell his wife not to go outside. That's funny. I really like that comment. That's funny. Anyway, enough clowning around. West Coast, got to get in the gym. Y'all know I was a personal trainer for over 20 years. Look at this trade. Johnny number 5 should be up. You're up over $500 now. You're probably up about 700. Guys, we nailed this trade. Good job. Rest day for Thanos. There are no rest days, bro. I get it. I'm just kidding. Let's take a look at our poll. Ooh, it is split. Fitty, guys. Fitty. Fitty say the stars say it's going to pump. 50% says bull moon dump. I will be honest with you guys. I'll be very honest with you guys. Usually I have a really good, I'm not always right. I'm not saying I'm right. Hear me out. I'm not saying I'm always right. But I usually have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. What is all this? That's still active. Okay. Usually I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen here, guys, but I'll be honest. I don't. I really don't. I can honestly say that for me, this is an absolute coin flip. Absolute coin flip as to what happens here. Let me go save some of this and then come back and show you what I mean. But I don't want to lose my drawings. All right, let me save this and then clear some of this out. BLB says he's feeling a dump, especially come market open tomorrow. Yeah, I could. Guys, it's really, I'm telling you, it's as close to a coin flip as you're going to get. Let me clear some of this other stuff out to you. All right, it's close to a coin flip as you're going to get. Let's look at Cypher. So I told you guys in Discord yesterday, we are literally, I draw back to the 90s so you can see this a little better. We're literally in a range, within a range, within a range. I'm going to show you what I mean. So we're in this little bitty range. We just broke out of it. We're coming back into it now. This little bitty range since last Wednesday. Within this range here that we've been in for about a week and a half. All right? So we're in a range, within a range, within a range. It's crazy. So that means that we are narrowing it down. You probably can't connect good lines here, but you're literally coming to the end. Got to be coming to the end of something like this. And you know what happens when you break stuff like this, right? Actually, it looks pretty dang good. I hate this kind of crap. This is crypto lifer crap. I hate this stuff. But you can see it clear as day. You know what happens when you come to the end of one of these. You get a large explosive move. Let me also tell you, we looked at this stat one day of symmetrical triangles. It was something like 85 or 87% of these are fake out breakouts, okay, or breakdowns. Either way, it was like something like 85 or 87%, a lot. So it could mean something like this, and then you immediately fall over for the big dump. And that's exactly what we expect, right, guys? We looked at our monthly stats. Let's go look at our monthly stats. We haven't looked at those in a minute. All right, that's exactly what we expect, like a fake out breakouts or a fake down breakdown, either one. We weren't sure. Remember, I told you guys, April stats were literally split as to whether you would go up or down first, right? They were split. So we could look for that, down first to there, or up first to there. Right now, where the green arrow starts, that's where price was at the beginning of the month. We're literally like right there. Like we're right there. So we've gone nowhere, right? So I would look for a move, and we also talked about this. Let's see where the stats are. I've got the written stats on here somewhere. Here we go. There's an 85% chance, based upon historical data, 85% that the high or low would come in the first week. We've got 3 more days for the first week. Today, tomorrow, and Tuesday, okay? So 2.5 days left. By the end of the day on Tuesday, that we could get it. And I really think 85% is pretty high. So I really think we could get a very fast move one way or the other, and it should be a fake out. You know, our symmetrical triangle tells us it should be a fake out, right? Got this big symmetrical triangle here, which historically has an 85% chance of being a fake out. Something like that. I mean, I know this is very roughly drawn, but you get the point. So we could easily see this Monday or Tuesday, even this evening, something like this, and then head up, okay? Or on the flip side, if the other side of April stats is going to play out, it could look something like this, right? We just don't know which. But one of these two, I'm projecting, is going to play out within the next 3 days. One of these two. It's going to happen faster than you think. Whichever side breaks first, it is a fake out for 2 reasons. Number one, I want to say it was 87%. 87% chance symmetrical triangle is a fake, right? 87% chance. Number two, our stats, April stats, tell us that if we set the high in the first week, 100% of the time you have a negative monthly close, which means 100% of the time historically, now does it have to always be 100%, but 100% of the time in the past, if you set the high in the first week, you have been down only after that, right? The stat also told us that 100% of the time, if you set the low in the first week, that has been up only after that. So we know that this triangle, based upon historical stats of symmetrical triangles and based upon the April stats, we know this is going to be a fake out no matter which way it goes, which is good, okay? Nobody knows which way a symmetrical triangle is going to break. I don't care who you are. You can guess and get it right, whatever. But this is good because we have the April stats. We have the symmetrical triangle stats. All we have to do now is wait for the break. Once we get the break, short it back down or long it back up, okay? We can have big trades either way it goes. We're literally in the middle of the range right now. But you can see how dang close this thing is to the apex of the triangle. So, and it's not a perfectly drawn triangle, but you get the point. We should break this today or tomorrow, no later than Tuesday. But to get here or here, it's probably not going to go there in one day. So we will probably break this today, if not tomorrow, like BLB said at market open, U.S. market open. But if I had to guess, I think Asia breaks this tonight. So it's close, guys. And I don't care. I'm not doing anything. I know a big move is coming within the next 2 days, okay? That I believe. And I'm just going to wait until that happens. And I'm going to be sitting like a predator, just waiting, right? Waiting for my prey to get there. And then I'm going to nail it, okay? And to the flip side, I like my box a little better than the red box now. Either way, I'm going to be sitting there like a predator, laying in wait. Good trade, guys. Still moving down. Gosh, guys, I gave you this trade this morning. I know. I didn't get it either. I did, but I had a terrible entry. I admit it. Even the pros get bad entries from time to time. But, hey, we still made profit on it, didn't we? We just didn't make big profit. But I'll tell you what, guys. If you don't get just that good entry like Johnny got here, you pretty much had to have a limit order for this one. There's no possible way. If I could go down to the 1 second chart, there's no possible way you could have gotten this entry just by market ordering in. This thing happened so fast. What time was this? 10:30? Like, I don't care who you are. I'm about to pull this over. There's no way you got this. This is the 1 second chart. There's no freaking way you got this by marketing ordering. I mean, unless you just blind clicked short and got lucky. There's no way you caught this. I mean, this is a total of about, I don't know, 20 seconds from 67.3 to 67.9, back down to 67. There's no way. There's no way. It happened so fast. So if you didn't have a limit order and you just caught it, then it's got to scare you. So I'm okay just making us a little bit of profit because this thing was 1 second ripping and roaring and could have easily just ripped back up out of here. But good trade, Johnny number 5. I know you got it. Johnny does the limit order thing. I do sometimes. If there was a time to do a limit order, this would have been a good one. With the confluence, very, very high. Liquidity grab. So you'd have had a good, and you SFP'd this. A good swing high to SFP, point of control, golden pocket. If there was a time that would have been a good limit order, this would have been a good one. So be watching, guys. If we get into this stuff right here, that could be your symmetrical triangle break too. You get into this stuff, breakout, fake out, right? Oh, I guess I got to go to higher time frame. I'm like, where? What are we doing? Let's take a look at it. We even just draw from there. But anyway, you fake out here. And what is that going to cause you to do if you were to come down first? You're going to take these lows like we talked about, which is probably going to send you boom, 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 right into these lows. Probably right to our dang green box. I don't think if you fake to the downside first, I don't think you come here. And then you rip back up and take all of this. I don't know how high. We'd have to reevaluate. But it would look something like that. Where does our chart tell us it goes? If we take the low first. Yeah, it has this up there. See, that's probably about right. You probably do come grab it all. Probably come grab this, maybe even into here. It could be a big trade. It could be a big one, guys. The stat to the upside is very high historically when you go down first. It's very high. So, I mean, if you got that, you could be looking for something like a 30% move, 30, 35% move to the upside from the low. April is a very juicy month when you open to the downside. It is a very juicy month to the upside historically, every time. We'll see what we get, though, guys. I think we're going to find out probably tomorrow, if not tonight. Questions, guys, before we get out of here? I hate that I can't tell you which direction it's headed. Nobody can. I don't care what they say. We're in a symmetrical triangle. If I had to lean one way or the other, let's look at Cypher. Let's go to the daily. It's so tough. Cypher wants to print a red dot. But you do have money flow kind of coming up here. Okay, you do have money flow coming up. It's still pretty thick in the red, but you are kind of rounding off here. Let's look at the 2-day. Same thing, kind of rounding off there. 3-day, same thing. Getting a little momentum waves coming higher. You even got weekly sort of trying to turn up here. I think you could fake out to the downside, guys, if I had to guess. Create you like a little weekly head and shoulders there. Something like that. Let's look at 12-hour. Edge is right here with his head on my arm. Like literally just being annoying. I mean being loving. Sorry. Yeah, I could just see it, guys. I could see this coming down. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is tough. It wants to move to the upside. I mean, it wants to move to the upside. You have this nice rounding off here of money flow in the 12-hour. Momentum waves getting higher in general. Kind of got the little head and shoulders pattern here. I could see, gosh, this could go either way, guys. There's mixed signals here. We just got this big run to the upside. Is that all you get? It's just tough to say. And you guys know, usually I have a directional bias. I don't. I don't have a directional bias here whatsoever. But I always tell you guys, and this is, if you never ever learn anything else from me, it's not your job to determine where price is going. It is your job to be ready when it gets there, right? Really good 4-hour bear divs. The price wants to go to the upside, so everything looks like it wants to go to the upside, but I could see it swooping down, taking the low first, fake out. Everybody, including us, is looking for sub 60K. Everybody. So it just wouldn't surprise me, guys. Come down here, grab this stuff, fake them out, and then head to it really, really, really wouldn't surprise me at all. And if you put a gun to my head, I would say I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to happen. You've rejected point of control again just now, a few minutes ago. Value area low is down here around the point of control. I think we come down, we lose that, we grab some of this, but it is a big old symmetrical triangle fake out. You probably come down here somewhere. I don't know if you come into 62K or not. Yeah, I've gun to my head, we fake out to the downside this week, guys. But I do think it's a fake out, and I think it'll be up only for the rest of the month. All right, guys, I know I can't give you a straight answer, and I don't have to. But what I will do is let you know when I think we're at the high or the low and that I am entering a big old swing, short or long. And we could trade this thing, guys. Guys, let's plan to make a lot of money this week, guys. Listen to me. What I need you copy traders to do, you have to understand. Just because I don't tell you that I do it, I tell you in advance. Like right now, when I take a trade, I'm always taking 2 trades. Almost always. I take a scalp and a day trade. So if you see me take a trade, especially, guys, I'm telling you, especially if you hit a dang red box, I'm going to try to take that trade on day trade for copy. So I need you to take a scalp trade, not financial advice, with me so that you can cover any potential drawdown that we might have, and you could just make a little extra profit. So until we hit a dang red box, and I'm going to update all of this, okay? I'm going to update all of this and put it out there for you guys in Discord. But if we hit a dang red box, just know that I'm looking for a copy day trade because that's what we voted on. So if you're going to take a trade, treat it as a scalp. TP quickly. Once you TP, stop loss goes to entry, and TP quickly along the way. Quickly-ish, okay? If you can do that, we're going to make a lot of money, and I think we're going to make a lot this week, guys. Anyway, hope everybody enjoys your Easter Sunday. We'll be back at it tomorrow. If you need anything, I'll be available today, so just give me a shout on Discord. I love you guys. Happy Easter. I will see you next time.